Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Pony 411. This is episode 118 for the week of October 4th. I am Alca7raz, and with me, once again, as usual, is Nemesis.
Lots of Halo news. I'm happy.
Yes, lots of Halo news. We got another episode for you. New Pony episode came out. This one's about Big Mac.
Yep.
We got a whole bunch of news to go over. We've got some fan content after that, too. So
For real.
yeah, we actually have fan content
Significant
finally again.
amount.
Yay! So, let's get started with the news. If you'd like to follow along, you can find all of our show notes at pony411.libsyn.com/show notes. And remember, that's LIBSYN. So go there, click the link for this episode, and follow along. In convention news, Ponyville Ciderfest has announced Tabitha St. Germain.
Yep.
If you want to go to that one, that's the drinking con.
Yep. Rarity month may be over, but Tabitha goes on.
Yeah. Brony Days has put out a promo video for their upcoming con, and that's the French one.
Yes.
So
it's in French.
Yes, it's in French, but there are English subtitles.
But it's still in French.
So
you have to actually pay attention.
Yes. Unless you speak French.
Yeah, well, good for you.
Pacific PonyCon has also released a promo.
Catch some waves, dude.
Dude. Yeah. Those are out, so go check them out. In fandom news, Legends of Equestria has finally entered its alpha state.
Finally.
After
how many years now?
Yeah, it's been a while in pre-alpha, and they're finally saying it's in alpha. They have a little write-up on their forum to talk about what that means. So, yeah, they got a little alpha trailer to watch as well. So that's neat. And check that out if you're interested. Main 6, the Fightings is Magic and now Them's Fighting Herds, has dropped a few things this week about their upcoming game. First off, it is greenlit on Steam, which is one of the things they've been pushing for. All the rewards and digital stuff will be through Steam now that it's greenlit. So that's awesome. They've also begun dropping little parts of the game's backstory, piece by piece, on their main page, and I believe the Indiegogo campaign page as well, as updates. And they also recently did a really long live stream of the game, and all that's been recorded and is up on YouTube.
Yes.
Go check that out if you have time. It's like, 2 hours, you say?
At least.
Yeah, it's
I think
this long.
More closer to 3.
Bunch of cool stuff. In merchandise news, images of the new Twisty Doo brushables have appeared. These are a little interesting. They come with a bunch of beads. There's like 100 beads.
Bees?
Yeah, not bees, beads. No. Thankfully, they don't come with bees. That would be bad. But yeah, you style them, and you actually have little scissors you can use to cut them. And
yes.
They're different.
Yes.
And interesting.
Yes. It's very strange. Well, Pinky comes with scissors. Applejack comes with a...
It looks like a hair curler.
Yeah. I don't know.
They're definitely
odd.
different.
Someone might like them, I guess.
So I don't know. If you collect everything, there you go. So check those out. Images of the Explore Equestria Deluxe Wing Twilight Sparkle have appeared. I think we talked about those earlier, but now we actually have images in packaging.
And also with the wings.
With the wings. And yeah, they are removable because they're
massive.
Quite large. They're very large. We don't have images of the Celestia that's supposed to be coming out as well. But
it's pretty much the same.
Pretty much
white.
Probably.
Not purple.
Yeah. Speaking of wings, the new Hasbro Pop Wing Kits have also appeared for Rainbow Dash and Rarity. These are highly stylized wings for their pop figures.
Yep.
Rainbow and Luna ornaments have appeared at Kohl's. Although from what I hear, Kohl's can be a little bit weird about their stocks. You might want to call first. See if
I'm looking for pony ornaments.
What?
I'm looking for pony ornaments.
Do you have them? If you're looking to decorate your tree or anything else with ponies, there you go.
Christmas ponies.
Yep. Series 2 of Enterplay's MLP dog tags has been announced, including ones that aren't actually shaped like dog tags. They're shaped like the designs themselves.
Pony heads.
Yes.
Around your neck. Collect your pony heads around your neck.
Oh man, it's like those plushies that came a while ago that were just the pony heads.
The heads.
It's like, all right then.
You're a headhunter.
So yes, if you look for dog tags that aren't really dog tags, I guess, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
The My Little Pony Monopoly DLC has hit the PlayStation Network.
Yes, it's been on Xbox Live and now it's there.
Yep.
It's $3.
$3. Ponies in your Monopoly.
Mm-hmm.
A gummy blind bag figure has appeared at Taobao.
No, is it might actually not. Who knows?
Who knows?
Might actually be from a...
It might be from one of the
Friendship Collection. Friendship is Magic Collection.
They look the same, and without seeing them in their final packaging,
Mm-hmm.
it's really hard to tell.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, a gummy blind bag-ish, we'll call it that, figure has appeared, so that's kind of neat. Barnes & Noble has the second run of the MLP Funko Pop Mini Tins. Little tin cans with little ones in there. This one has Celestia, Twilight, and Doctor Who's.
Yes.
If you collect those, there you go. Look for them at Barnes & Noble.
I've seen the other one they had before in person. It's like, oh.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a tin case with a window.
Yep. It's been interesting. Kind of neat.
Kind of odd.
Prototypes of the full-size Funko Nightmare Moon and Chrysalis vinyls have been spotted, and the Cheese Sandwich and Mod Pie vinyls have been officially announced.
Yes.
If you've been looking for those, there you go.
That means probably Cheese Sandwich and Mod Pie are coming first, and then the other two later.
Probably, yeah.
And I'll be getting Nightmare Moon and Chrysalis.
Yeah, I'd be getting them too if I had more room.
Bug Horse and Night Horse.
Night Horse? I guess that works.
Shadow Horse.
Shadow Horse.
Black Snooty.
Black Snooty. Black Snooty, yeah, that one works. We'll adopt Pinkie Pies. Because when you say Shadow Horse, I think Shadow Fang, which is something completely different. In comic news, a preview of MLP comic issue number 35 is out on iTunes, as per usual.
Siege of the Crystal Empire Part 2.
Part 2.
Coming soon.
A colored piece of the cover for the Art is Magic book by IDW has been revealed by Andy Price. So it's kind of neat.
Just a small piece.
Yep, small piece, fully colored. Mostly
Applejack is unamused.
Unamused, and looks like she's drawing comics. A little bit meta there, but all right. Speaking of, the IDW MLP comics will be coming to Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
another company is publishing them there.
So if you're down there, you've been hoping to get them easier.
I would assume that means they're also being translated.
Possibly. In Equestria Girls news, a bit of interesting one. An animatic from a deleted scenes from the last movie, Friendship Games, has been revealed.
Yes, this is probably one of the deleted scenes from the DVDs, considering what I saw on the video, which looked like there was like a 3-minute long video, but the play bar and there's like 9 minutes of footage. So I'm assuming he just has the DVD early, which because it is coming out like in a couple weeks. Yeah,
so it's potentially one of the deleted scenes.
But it's interesting because it's not a deleted scene per se. It's an alternate take of a scene, which if you remember the Twilight solo song in the movie, in the this version, it's Twilight and Sunset as a duet.
Yeah.
And Sunset's singing about basically missing something in her life, like Twilight is, except what she's missing is one thing she already had.
Yes.
Namely, Equestria. And it seems like, because I remember I commented on this last week in our Friendship Games review, which was that they had the synopses out, and one of them had the Sunset is missing Equestria type thing, is homesick, and that seemed to disappear from the movie, and it looks like it was completely cut out as a subplot, and they shortened the song and changed it, and
because that's what the song was talking about, is her basically her missing home.
So so it seems like that a whole subplot was cut, which seemingly was confirmed
by Ishii.
Yeah, Ishii Riddell.
We'll put that in air quotes.
Yeah. He said maybe. But
maybe.
When you're saying maybe, it's like, yeah.
This is basically
so for whatever reason, they cut out the subplot. And I'm guessing it's either they ran out of time or they felt like they couldn't do it justice at this point. And they just couldn't focus on it well enough. So maybe it'd be cut for some future thing. Yeah. It's interesting because it's like, I wonder what the other deleted scenes are. Maybe they're all almost most of them, all of them are Sunset's homesick thing.
Yeah. So it's really kind of neat watching it.
It's also kind of interesting because I listened to the end credit song from Friendship Games on the soundtrack because we didn't see it in the broadcast version. We saw it, but was in the Canadian version. I listened to it, and there are lyrics which kind of tie into this whole Sunset being homesick thing.
Yep.
Oops.
Oops.
I think that's the problem is they couldn't recut the song with that in that case.
Yeah, this one there was clear-cut parts on it that they could work with.
And also the majority is this is better than the version we got in the movie.
Yeah, it was really cool. I loved the two-part that they were having back and forth. I love songs that do that. So yeah, like you said, potentially future things. A fourth Equestria Girls movie has been, air quotes, announced.
This is a weird one.
It is a bit weird one.
We knew about Legends of Everfree already.
We've heard about that. We had no really idea what
we knew it was a media thing because it was part of their media Hasbro Studios media thing.
Yes, and we knew it had to do with Equestria Girls. And then Ishii was on Twitter responding to someone asking if there was going to get more Equestria Girls, and she said, "Yep, there's a pretty good chance." And then we have the president of Hasbro Studios,
Stephen Davis,
saying that yeah, there's a fourth movie.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah. So it's like,
it's not that's not a formal announcement, but that's a thing.
Yeah, that's when the president says.
I mean, we've already got so that's 3 different places saying there's a fourth Equestria Girls thing going on, and I guess it's another movie because we were kind of like in the dark as on the movies and series.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's a chance that when he said there's a fourth movie, he might be confused with the Pony movie, but I highly doubt that's actually the case. I'm pretty sure that this is in reference to Equestria Girls getting a fourth.
Yes. Also, side note, the same thing. Stephen Davis also said there's a Transformers 5, 6, 7, and 8 coming.
Oh, nice.
Transformers live action. It's like, oh boy. But I've also seen some of the writers who are attached to these. It's like, it could be good.
Could be. It could go either direction.
I mean, we got the Iron Man writers, the Ant-Man writers, Black Hawk Down writers. Please? Be good.
So, yes. Fourth Equestria Girls movie.
Legends of Everfree.
Legends of Everfree.
Are they going to move out of the high school?
I mean, I would think that at this point.
And also, what was that we're going to refer to? What is that going to be about?
Yeah, Everfree.
Legends
the only time so far we've seen the Everfree is in the movie just now, and that was through the little portals.
We saw a piece of it, but Everfree's always been a pony thing, and now Legends of Everfree or Equestria Girls. What is it? What is this? What is going on here?
Yeah.
Are we going to see the other Sunset? Are we going to deal with the subplot that they dropped, which is Sunset going to get homesick? Is seeing the other Sunset going to spur her to realize she can't stay here? Or what? What's going to happen?
No idea.
I need to know!
We'll have to find out.
Most unfortunate.
Most unfortunate. Moving on to non-Equestria Girls news.
Friendship is magic, in fact.
Yes. John Delancey has revealed on his Twitter that there are apparently 2 more Discord scripts coming down the line.
This is obviously about season 6.
Well, obviously, unless I don't think he's talking about the known Discord episode that's coming up.
Because there's only one coming up.
Yeah.
And so that was recorded a while ago.
Yeah, so I'm assuming both of these he's talking about are for season 6. So Discord confirmed for 2 episodes at least in season 6,
which seems to fit the status quo we've gotten now, which seems to be 2 or 3 episodes a season as of now.
Yep, more Discord, season 6, confirmed.
How about that?
No,
turns out it's flashbacks because he died in season 5's finale.
Oh, that would be weird. I don't think that's gonna happen.
No.
The remaining episode synopses have been revealed by Netflix. And I think we have an air date for one of those now from Zap to It. So
there's a bug. Apparently compatibility mode IE6 and Internet Explorer.
Internet Explorer breaking things again.
Well, it was compatibility mode. It's designed.
Which is really weird.
Basically, you turn it on and breaks Netflix because Netflix was designed to work with the old versions of the Internet Explorer.
That is weird though, because that has to be a server side thing.
Mm-hmm.
That is really weird.
Just
Netflix screwed up on that one.
Dropped all the synopses for the rest of the season.
So yes, we have the synopses, and they are as follows. So if you don't want to hear them,
bail.
Tune out for a couple minutes. Starting off with, what about Discord? Twilight returns from a trip and is distressed to find her friends have become close to Discord, making her wonder if Discord is up to something.
Also, this is the one we have an air date for.
Yes.
It is the first weekend of November.
Yep.
Which is the 7th.
So no breaks up to that point, at least. The next one is the Hooffields and McColts. Princess Twilight and Fluttershy are called by the map to settle a dispute between 2 feuding families who can't even remember why they're fighting.
Finally gets to go somewhere.
Yes.
Finally.
Not only that, but you predicted that, yes, it was
Fluttershy.
obvious that those two are next up.
Duh.
So, yeah. Next one is...
What? Yeah, it just occurred to me. They don't really get 2 episodes together that often.
They don't.
The last major one was actually, I think, Bird in the Hoof. I can't think of another one after that where it's Twilight and Fluttershy mostly.
Yeah, I can't think of any.
They don't. Yeah, it's usually Fluttershy is paired with someone. It's either Pinky or Dash or Rarity. One of those 3 usually.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see this one.
Yeah.
The next episode is The Main Attraction. An old friend of Applejack's has become a huge pop star, but Applejack is worried that the singer's manager does not have her best interests at heart.
You hear that? It's not Applejack's mom. Your weird fan that popped up out of nowhere has been shot down already.
Her parents are dead.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck that came from. Lena Hall plays Applejack's mom. What? Where? What? How did you get to that conclusion?
Mm-hmm. So yes, it's another manager not doing things the way they should be.
Yes, that is the Lena Hall episode, though.
That is the Lena Hall episode. The next one is the finale, and it's the 2-part.
Yes.
Cutie Map Part 1.
Well, it says Cutie Map, even though that's the name of the
Cutie
premiere.
Map, but
the leaked list says Cutie Remark.
Yeah, so Part 1, Starlight Glimmer, hoping to retain revenge against the main 6, acquires a spell that could change the past, present, and future of Equestria forever.
Oh, jeez.
And Part 2, Princess Twilight and her friends continue to fight against Starlight's attempt to alter the past, but they fear their efforts may be in vain. Time travel.
Hey, look, time travel.
Which is
being
the reference.
stuck in a time loop, crazy time loop.
From the movie, from the Friendship Games movie.
And there we go.
Yep.
So yes, Friendship Games was supposed to take place after the season 5 finale.
Or during.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's supposed to air. I think it was supposed to air afterwards. Something happened, and of course they're denying everything went wrong. But I suspect something went wrong at some point, and they had to delay season 5's production for some reason or another.
Maybe you have to do with
which is why we had that massive mid-season break for no apparent reason.
Yeah.
Everything seems to indicate something went wrong and caused season 5 to get delayed a little. Also considering the massive hiatus before season 5.
Yeah,
we got a huge
really
hiatus,
weird.
And then season 5 happens, and then we get a mid-season hiatus, and then Friendship Games airs, which has blatant things towards the finale, and then we get the rest of the season.
So yeah, it's kind of weird.
Something went wrong somewhere. Even though I've noticed some of them keep saying no, nothing happened, but I'm pretty sure something happened. They just can't talk about it.
Yeah, could be. Could very well be. So yeah, those are the synopses and everything for the rest of the season. Mm-hmm. Quite interesting. And last little bit of news, Jim Miller on Twitter has mentioned that Fluttershy's brother, which we've heard was confirmed
for season 5,
that was going to happen, will not actually be appearing this season. Not certain why.
Yeah, I forgot it was at the San Diego Comic-Con panel.
Yeah.
Where they said, we're going to see Fluttershy's brother. No, we're not.
Oh, no, we're not.
Well, it might have just been the case of they were talking about season 6 stuff and forgot they were talking about season 6 stuff.
It could be. That might happen.
Because remember, they're working way ahead of us.
Yeah.
They're already far, far ahead of where we are. So they've admitted that happens sometimes where they're thinking about the current season and they think because they have to kind of stop and remember, okay, what part was that?
Yeah.
What have they seen and what have they not seen? I've heard what's the newest episode? They've actually had to ask, what's the newest episode right now?
What's the last episode that came out? Yeah, I've heard that a few times. So yes, we're not going to be seeing him this season. But that does imply that yes, next season. Or just any other season, which we only know of no one more.
Well, the most recent episode was when everyone thought Fluttershy's brother would show up.
Brotherhooves Social.
Makes sense.
It actually has nothing to do with Fluttershy.
Oops.
Speaking of Brotherhooves Social, the news is done, so let's move on to our discussion, the episode. Yes. So, Brotherhooves Social, quick recap. Hopefully. We will try. We always try. Starts out, Granny Smith and Big Mac are in the attic looking for a ribbon to give as a prize at the Sisterhood Social. During the process, Apple Bloom and Applejack are out, training or whatnot for the Sisterhood Social. Big Mac is kind of... He kind of gets sad looking at that, and he finds a toy. He ends up going out, and Apple Bloom is gushing over Applejack and saying how awesome she is, and Big Mac, surprised. Says, "Hey, I
Remember
this? This toy. I used to love this toy." Got kind of brushed off. Got upset.
Oh, nice.
Applejack noticed and went to talk to him.
Big Mac denies anything's wrong.
He denies it. And then during the process, Applejack's cutie mark starts glowing.
Vibrating.
It starts buzzing.
And she's called off.
And yeah, she's called off, and then Apple Bloom realizes, crap, you're going to miss the social. I'm not going to get the whatever. And Apple Bloom ends up in a slump.
Mm-hmm.
Then cuts to next morning. They're at the dinner table.
Yeah.
Apple Bloom still in a funk. Sweetie Belle and Scootaloo come in. Say, hey, you're gonna come with us anyway. Rarity's gone, so Sweetie Belle can't participate, but Scootaloo is participating with Rainbow Dash, so you can come along and cheer her on.
Mm-hmm.
And Apple Bloom reluctantly agrees. But during the conversation about Rainbow Dash and Scootaloo, since they're not actually sister, Big Mac gets an idea.
Yeah.
Then they go to the Sister Social, and we find that Apple Bloom came along with her long-lost cousin, Orchard Blossom, which is Big Mac in a dress.
Yes.
They're a little bit uncertain, and pretty much everyone they talk to ends up, they know it's Big Mac.
Yeah,
they can
but
guess,
whatever.
But whatever. They go along with it. Now, Big Mac keeps trying to hide the fact that he's Big Mac.
Mm-hmm.
And they go through a whole bunch of
the
competitions, and they get him mostly there, but he keeps kind of letting slip
Mm-hmm.
little bits. And then they get to the big obstacle course, and they run the obstacle course. Big Mac is determined to win this one.
Mm-hmm.
So very determined that they destroy pretty much half of it.
Mm-hmm.
He wins, beating Rainbow Dash by inches, but ends up being disqualified, not because the fact that he ends up accidentally revealing that he's Big Mac, and not
because he used brute strength.
They used brute strength and was ended up disqualified.
Rather than actually doing the like they're intended.
Yeah, and destroyed everything. And then that's the end of the social, and then Apple Bloom and Big Mac are talking, and then they have a nice heart-to-heart at the very end,
mm-hmm.
and everyone's happy. And that's the episode.
Yep.
I thought it was actually pretty fun. It was neat. The biggest thing I liked about it was probably just seeing more backstory and fleshing out of Big Mac.
Mm-hmm.
I like to see that he misses being looked up to.
Mm-hmm.
That was really interesting seeing that.
Yeah. This was a weird episode. I mean, it was odd for me to watch. It kind of takes a joke and kind of drags it out way too long.
It does a little bit.
It really does. I mean, this whole Big Mac in a dress trying to act like a girl and failing, and it just kind of, that's like half the episode. It's just kind of a joke that was just too long for its own good. And they try to base an episode around it. And I mean, it was still funny at times, but the highlight of the episode was the last 4 minutes or so.
Yes.
With the talk between Big Mac and Apple Bloom, where it's just Big Mac. It's just for one, Big Mac's actually talking in his normal voice.
Yeah.
And he's just talking about how he just feels so overshadowed because he's just
there to sit on the farm and do chores.
And Applejack's going off and
Applejack
saving Equestria.
Yeah.
She's a big old hero, and he's just there on the farm, and he feels so disconnected from his little sister.
Yeah, and he reminisces about the time when he used to be the hero.
Yeah, and now he's just
there. Yeah,
and that was the single best moment of the whole episode. But it's getting there was a little weird.
It was a little bit interesting.
I think of multiple ways they could have done it better, but the way they handled it was just odd.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna, I can handle things a little bit better. I thought overall it was still worthwhile. I didn't get bugged too much about some of the overextended joke. Although some parts were, the third party embarrassment.
Mm-hmm.
It's oh.
Yeah, it's cringe humor. It's a lot like Equestria Games. It's supposed to be cringe humor.
Yeah.
I think Equestria Games pulled it off way better, though.
Yeah.
I knew that some people are a little upset about the episode, but I've noticed also a lot of people seem to be totally fine with it.
Yeah.
people who have more experience with these kind of issues than either of us do.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
But I'm just noticing a large chunk of people seem to be fine, and there is a small but pretty significant base that's like, I don't like it because it's offensive.
Yeah, a lot of people.
But there are people who seem to think, it's fine. I enjoyed it. And okay, trans people who are there's a handful who seem I didn't like this. Some people are yelling about it. Some people are like, I'm disappointed, but I understand it's not out of malice.
Yeah, one thing I will say along that is in the show that was never actually brought up as an issue.
Yeah.
No one ever made a single mention about it being an issue.
No.
I mean, Apple Bloom was a little bit embarrassed, but
yeah,
that's pretty much the extent of it.
Pretty much.
Everyone else it's just Big Mac.
Yeah.
Everyone knew it was Big Mac.
Yeah. But I notice a lot of trans people are saying I enjoyed it, so I don't know, I can't speak on their behalf or anything.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
try to, because I'm noticing that's point of contention for some people, is that people who are not trans trying to speak on behalf of trans people, and
it's not my place to make that call.
I can't really speak on any of that, but I think just trying to ignore this one would be this whole discussion going on would be a bad idea in of itself. But it's there. I mean, it's up for you to decide whether you're yourself or not, whether you find it offensive or not, really.
Yeah.
And I just say, don't try to speak on behalf of other people. Just speak on behalf of yourself. I personally thought it was just a little weird. I didn't really find it problematic per se. I just thought the joke was just a little too long.
Yeah, I think my biggest issue about that is the voice got a little bit grating after a while. Yeah. But that's... Although I will say, objectively, that was all done by Peter New, and he did a pretty good job.
Because he did, what's her name in Pinky Apple Pie? What's her name? The hoarder.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he did that, but it's the same voice.
Yeah, so that was a bit interesting. Yeah, the episode didn't, other than, the last 4 minutes of the episode and a little bit in the beginning with Big Mac, showing that he's reminiscing or missing that, the connection with his little sister, it didn't have a huge amount of meat otherwise.
I've noticed that Dave Polsky episodes are kind of odd.
Yeah, we had some good ones, but...
Yeah, but some of them are just kind of odd structurally.
Yeah.
This is one of those where it's just really weird, because, that moment at the end was really well done, period.
It was.
But...
first, when it started happening, I thought at first it was going to be rather kind of an anticlimactic, kind of a jump finish, but it didn't end up like that. Because it started out with Apple Bloom just really not wanting to have anything to do with it.
Yeah.
But right at the end, she seemed more fine with it.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't turn out... It turned out really well.
Yes. But in which way, it kind of did feel like, to me, like a joke that just went on too long.
Yeah, it's possible. I still thought personally that the episode was watchable, even
it was
beyond
watchable.
That. It wasn't bad. I still thought it was
still
fun.
Mostly fun. There's some fun bits, and there were some parts I laughed, but it just kind of felt like, it's just, I don't know, it feels like, okay, it's like someone's just like, okay, you can stop pretending, we all know.
Yeah. That's what everyone was telling him, too.
Yeah.
That's just Big Mac in a dress.
Yeah, everyone knew.
Yeah.
No one's that stupid. They're just let it slide because they have a loose definition of what a sister is.
Yeah.
They've always been really relaxed about that, which was the whole point. He could have just entered as Big Mac and probably been fine.
Yeah. Well, obviously it would have been fine. They knew who he was and let him in anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, he got disqualified, not because he was pretending to be a girl, but because he
broke
too rough at the end. He just basically broke the spirit. He went against the spirit of the competition. Basically, just going to blow through the chicken house, blow through the box. Just not going to do what you're supposed to be doing.
Carried Apple Bloom through it because he was going too slow, and literally bowled over a few of the.
Mm-hmm. He just had the hurdles, and he just went through them.
Straight through them. It's right there what you think would disqualify you, just because you didn't actually do the course.
Yeah, he got disqualified because what he did.
Yep.
Not because, not what he did there, not because of him trying to be,
he got disqualified because he didn't actually, perform the events the way they were supposed to be performed.
So it's weird too, because I can't really say much else about the episode because that's so dominating on the episode that you can't, once you get your piece out on that, you really, there's not much else to say.
The majority of the episode was the Brotherhooves Social, and not a huge amount of meat was there. It was just him trying to pretend to be a girl, and
every once in a while slipping up.
And it was just that long, drawn out, just the different points. It was like...
And it just kind of felt like the same joke again and again and again. And that's, I think, it makes it suffer.
I mean, during the end, during the obstacle course, it was a little bit different because you had that build as things get worse and worse as they're about to lose the final thing. I mean, I can understand, especially at that point, because it just shows his desperation on just really wanting to get Apple Bloom that blue ribbon. But I think it could have been written structured a little bit differently. But yeah.
And Dash and Scootaloo.
You took it from me.
Yep.
Dang, I was just about to say that too. I would be completely remiss not to mention the awesomeness that was Dash and Scootaloo got to run the Brotherhooves Social together, and they were awesome.
Yeah, they won.
And they would have won by a landslide because they were awesome and they did everything perfectly.
I don't think it would have been a landslide, but
the only people who were even close to them right there at the end was Big Mac, because he was,
barely
crap. But yeah,
but it wouldn't have been a landslide. I guess there's one thing. There was the Apple Bloom in a jar.
Oh yes, squeezed out the.
Yep.
making tacky jelly.
Apple jelly.
It was great. Yeah, and then
apple jelly because
it's Apple Bloom.
Yes.
Yes. That was funny.
Yeah, that was funny. Like I said, there's a couple funny gags, but a lot of it kind of started to fall flat because it's like, okay, this is actually just kind of going too long. It feels like they had an idea and just didn't really know how to make the episode work and just kind of
they wanted to make a Mrs. Doubtfire reference.
Yeah.
And it went on a little bit too long.
It just kind of felt like, okay, this needs to... I was kind of half hoping initially that they eventually just kind of, okay, everyone knows that you're Big Mac. It's like, we know you're Big Mac. You don't have to wear a dress.
Yeah.
But whatever. It is what it is. It's too late to change it.
Yep.
Was it? I don't think it fully succeeded, but I don't think it fully failed either.
It was still definitely watchable. It's not it's not the worst episode we've had.
It's kind of down there though.
Yeah, but I mean,
the only thing, honestly, for me that really saves it is that ending scene.
Yeah, but even without that, it wouldn't be worse than Princess Spike.
It's pretty far down there. For me, it's honestly pretty close.
I wouldn't put it quite that far down. But hey, like you said, it is what it is. I don't have anything else I can really talk about it.
It was an episode. It happened. It was mostly kind of dragged, and then good bit at the end.
Really good bit at the end. That's all the discussion we have. We don't have any comics or anything to talk about. But we do have a bit of fan content. I do actually have a song to feature.
Hey.
Yes. This is a little bit interesting. It was released on YouTube a few weeks ago, but it's part of an album that just came out. This is The Essence of Being a Pony by Equestria.
Come on, every pony, smile, smile, smile. Fill my heart up with sunshine, sunshine. All I really need is a smile, smile, smile from these happy friends of mine.
Let's see those big, happy smiles.
Come on and smile.
You can pick up a face.
And you can play the guitar.
This one, I like this one. It's got a lot of heavy wubs in it.
Yeah.
But it takes a while to build those.
Mm-hmm.
I like it combines, according with the title of the song, The Essence of Being a Pony. It combines a whole bunch of different songs from the show and the Equestria Girls movies too.
Yeah.
And mix them all together. Personally, I think it was really, really well done. While sometimes it might seem a bit messy, I will say that a few times. I personally think even through those, it still holds its structure.
Yeah.
A few parts I would have changed, but overall, I still really liked it. I really like the intro, how it opens up, especially they work the smile song, but then bring in Starlight Glimmers, big happy smiles, and then have the drop on, come on and smile.
Yeah.
And then right after that, they use Equestria Girls stuff with the... You can pick up the bass, and then it goes into the bass riff, and then the guitar, and does that nice guitar riff. I like that. So yeah, I thought it was pretty darn good.
You stop taking my criticisms, because it's a bit like Fuzog's Together in that it just matches up with stuff. But to me a little more mellow. Yeah,
this one's it's more, I want to say, liquid, because it's got the wubs, but they're smooth wub.
But anyway, Fuzog's is more frantic and faster because Fuzog's that's his style, and this is much a little more mellow compared to it. And yes, I agree. Some pieces are messy. Particularly for me, the middle is where things get kind of messy, and it comes back together in the end.
Yeah, the song does that whole...
I don't know what the heck.
It builds really... and then settles, and then builds and then settles a few times.
That's not what I mean. I'm talking about like the clips don't really seem to fit together in the middle for a second.
There's a few parts, especially in the parts, like I said, where it builds and settles. Those parts where it builds, when it's lots of things start happening. It's a couple of few parts. It's like...
It almost feels like this doesn't work anymore, and then it works again.
Yeah, like I said, there's a few points that I would probably have done differently.
Overall, though, I think it was a good song. I liked it. So
this is part of an
album.
Yeah,
an entire album.
Yeah, whole album, 13 songs. It's "Let There Be Light," which is actually one of the songs in there, which is also really good. So I would go ahead and go check that out if you haven't already.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only song I'm featuring this week, but you have fanfictions.
Yeah, fanfictions.
Mm-hmm.
So starting off, I'm going to start off with a fanfic. It's related to friendship games, so if you haven't watched that yet,
go watch that and then come back.
Yeah. It's a fanfic called "It Felt Amazing" by Gap Eagle. Yeah, and there's actually a pause there in the title.
It felt
amazing. This is short enough. I can't really go too in depth. But basically, it's a conversation between Twilight and Sunset after friendship games, because Twilight's still feeling the human Twilight, because Twilight's feeling a little guilty.
Yes.
And beating herself up. And I just thought it was a nice little way. It's just showing a kind of the interactions afterwards, and just the two of them kind of having a common ground, kind of like we saw where Rainbow Rocks, where Twilight and Sunset get a common ground. This is them getting a common ground. Mm-hmm. And I just thought it was kind of an interesting one. This also came up like right after the movie, so it's the first in this kind of thing, because I know it's like at least two others that do the same sort of thing afterwards. So yeah, I just thought it was an interesting one.
Yeah, I thought this one was pretty good. I love the little one-shot stories and stuff where it dives into the introspection. Mm-hmm. I love introspection like that. It makes you think. I love stories that make you stop and kind of think about things. And while this one isn't one of those where it makes the reader really think, it's the same kind of
having to stop and think.
Yeah, it's the characters having to stop and think and having that sort of introspection. So I still really like that. I did like how this one went.
It's a little over 2,000 words, so it's pretty short.
It's a short little one shot, but really quick read.
Anywho, yeah, like I said, can't go too in depth. I mean, you can kind of see where things are going, but yeah. Other one, which is me being once again
trash.
Yes, trash. Because I can't help myself, and this was one I was on the docket, but I kind of delayed it for a little bit, thanks to friendship games and everything. It's called "Fractured Sunlight" by Ouroboros, and from the title, you probably can guess where it is. And it obviously goes very alternate universe from post Rainbow Rocks. Alternate. He even says as such. It's pretty much post Rainbow Rocks, but it's going to go in its own direction, because there's no way to make it function with friendship games.
Oh, no way at all.
Mm-hmm. But it's also kind of sad. It starts off pretty sad. It's kind of a tragic event, but there's no tragic tag. So, but it is tragic. Yeah, it opens pretty bad. It's just it's something that really messes up the human Twilight.
Yes,
it messes her up for the rest of her life, to the point she has PTSD, constantly has nightmares, and wakes up screaming often.
Yes,
and then the rest of the story is her coming to Canterlot High to investigate, and having to also openly deal with these things that are giving her PTSD unexpectedly.
Yes. And I think you can say that it has to do with someone.
Yeah, it has to do with someone in particular, which you can probably guess who.
Just looking at the title.
Yeah. It's kind of weird. But it's also kind of interesting, because I've never really seen someone try to do this sort of thing with, sunlight in general. Or actually, most shipping fics don't really touch on it, because, you don't really have a chance in the fiction to do something like this. So
yeah,
it's interesting. It's just someone having to deal with the demons of their past, so to speak.
Demons.
Yes.
She demons.
Yeah, sort of.
Sort of. Not really.
It's hard to talk about without dropping major
giving
spoilers.
that-
One thing I do like is like every chapter also has a picture in it,
Yes. Really
which
good-
was commissioned
pretty good
specifically
art.
for the story. And it looks like this person is very intent on updating once a week. So a nice, frequent, consistent update schedule,
Not
which
like
I
some of your
appreciate.
other ones.
I appreciate that rather than having gone months without nothing and then all of a sudden 3 chapters out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Although even if they are nice chapters.
Yeah. Yeah, this one was definitely interesting. I'm going to keep an eye on it. I'm not entirely certain how to think about it just yet.
Yeah,
I'm holding
it's still
off
pretty early.
my judgment
There's
until
only
there's more.
prologue and 4 chapters as of right now.
Yeah, but it is definitely, like you said, it's an interesting
Take.
It's an interesting take. It's a different direction on it. So I'm definitely going to keep an eye on this one.
There was a couple times I've noticed there's one character people were kind of upset because they're out of character, but then later on we have that same character beating themselves up for their own actions. So basically, it's just say someone threatened someone else.
Yes.
Which
I
makes
remember that
sense
scene.
why, but
Yeah. When
some
you're in
people are
that
upset
kind
because they're like,
state
that's out of
mind.
character, and then later
Not
on he said beat himself up
really.
for it. So it's a really interesting, and it's weird because I can't really talk about it too much.
I would recommend going to read it.
Just go look at it because I can't really talk about it without just dropping some big huge bombs right on you. I mean, it starts off dropping a bomb on you,
Yeah.
particularly nasty one. But otherwise, though, just go ahead and check that out. Just do it.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm holding back my reservation. Any judgment on it. I'm not going to say whether I like it or not, but it's definitely good enough to read at this point. Just because of its interesting take.
Yes, and also finally, as an update, this is something I should have actually done several weeks ago, but kind of
Well,
forgot.
wait on
And then
this
Friendship
one.
Games happens, and we didn't really have time to do it. But Apple Bloom Transform and Rollout did update with 2 new chapters. I'm going to try to stop just summarizing each chapter as they come out.
Yeah.
But one of the chapters is basically we got
a big
just
battle.
wrapping up. Well, the first
Oh,
chapter that we updated was kind of a wrap up of everything of the previous chapter with some new information being gleaned and people, I guess, ponies finally coming together again.
Yes.
Words, finally discussions that need to be had were had.
Yeah.
And then the second chapter is pretty much just action.
Yeah. It's
Action,
a battle
action,
scene.
action. And then the stakes getting raised, and then at the end is, oh crap.
Oh crap.
Well, I'd actually say a different word, but not on this podcast.
Watch
But
our
yeah,
rating.
it's interesting because I just want to see where things go. I've got a couple hopes of where it will go from here based off previous Transformers things I know and what the story is implying, but I'm not going to get too hopeful on what I'm wanting.
And I have no idea because I don't
You don't know much about
know
Transformers,
much about
so you just, like,
Transformers. So it's for the in-depth storylines at least. So I know what Energon is. I didn't have to have that
I'm
explained.
just hoping. So speaking of which, the author always said he was trying to write in such a way that non-Transformers fans would still get it. You still getting it?
Oh yeah, I get it perfectly.
Okay, because he's trying to make sure even if you're not a Transformers fan, you can at least still enjoy the story.
Yeah. I'm
interesting.
definitely looking forward to more updates on that one. I like
Eventually.
these ones. Eventually. Like nothing. Bunch of updates, nothing.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
keeps happening. Whatever. But yeah, that's what we got right now.
Yep.
No other updates as far as I know. We'll watch something update
yeah.
tonight or something.
Between when we record and when we
Always one thing has one
either
author.
a story
They
update
know.
or a
They
big
know.
piece of news.
Yeah, they always know.
Yeah. Watch, they do put the official Equestria Girls 4 announcement between now and when we
With a
actually
synopsis
release.
and everything.
Yeah, watch that happen while we say it's not been officially announced, and yet it has.
Boy, that's awkward. That's always awkward when we talk about things and then turns out we're wrong.
Or, yeah. And we end up being proven wrong before we actually hit release.
Ouch.
Ouch. It's like, ah.
You
So,
messed
yeah.
with that.
That's the end of our episode.
Yay.
I don't got anything else to talk about. You don't got anything else to talk about, I don't
Not
think.
really.
So, yeah, hope you like what you heard. Hope you'll tune in next week.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you liked what you heard and you want to hear the rest of our episodes, past, future, present, you can find all of them at pony411.libsyn.com. Just go there and they're all there. Yay!
Yeah.
With descriptions and little pictures. You can also find us on iTunes. Just search for Pony4011 and subscribe to us there to have it all auto-downloaded and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
You can also find us on Stitcher, Stitcher.com, or on their mobile apps for your phone or whatnot. Just search for us. Find us in that fancy stuff. Gotta stop using that phrase. You can also find us on YouTube, youtube.com/pony411. So go and like, subscribe, and comment on our videos there. You can also listen to us on Ponyville FM. We air there every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. We're also on Ponyville Live whenever we update.
PVL Network.
Yep. Whenever we update, we'll show up there. We find a listing of episodes and all that sort of fancy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If you would like to contact us, you can email us. We are pony411podcast@gmail.com. So send us comments, criticisms, suggestions, whatnot. Just say hi. Tell us what you thought about the episode.
We like feedback.
Yeah, give us feedback.
It helps us get better.
It does. You can also find us on Facebook, facebook.com/pony411. So go like us there whenever we update. You'll see it there. You can also find us on Twitter. We're at pony411. So follow us and tweet us. That's the best way to do quick, short communications. You can also follow us on our personal Twitters. I'm at Alca7raz with a 7 instead of a T and an underscore at the end. And he is at Nemesis Prime 1.
Have you seen the amount of sunlight that's been popping up since the Friendship Games movie?
I haven't, but I'm not paying attention.
I am so happy. Keep going.
So yeah.
Do it. Writers, artists, keep going.
Yeah.
This pleases the Nemesis.
Someone should write some more toy dash fics for me. So that would please the Alcatraz. That is the end of our episode. Like I said earlier, I hope you tune in next week as we talk about the next episode.
Yes. That'll be the Crusaders of the Lost Mark.
Which, according to the description, is not the Indiana Jones reference.
Nope. No daring do.
For.
No daring do for you. Instead, Diamond Tiara.
Yeah. That'll be... This will be an interesting one. Definitely an interesting one.
Yes.
So, until next time, please, pony responsibly.
Bye.
See ya.